Okay. Okay. Wow, what a night, man. We got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about tonight. Wow, I gotta say though, man, I have had a very, very difficult day. I'm not gonna lie, but we are gonna do this review of Smackdown. Now, of course, I'll tell you this right now. You may not hear me the best. Why? Because dental problems again. That's why. I'll just say this. A temporary fell out. It is hard for me to talk in a way. It's cutting the shit out of my tongue. But I'm still going to do this review to try to get through this. Okay? And where do I start, man? Because other than them problems, I got refrigerator problems and shit, which I would just say this. Just know I was supposed to have a refrigerator delivered here today, but a count of bullshit and hypocritical stuff that went down with people, which I'm not going to go through, but I hopefully will get that fixed soon enough because I have a lot of fucking money riding on that, and I need that damn refrigerator because this is some bullshit right now. But other than those problems, we are going to review Smackdown tonight. As you can see, this begins the first part of the 4-day thing with WWE in my town, Chicago, Illinois, as they are here for 4 days straight at the All-State Arena from Smackdown, which my brother actually went to Smackdown tonight. He went there with his girlfriend, and he's even told me some things tonight from me texting him and how the crowd was like, even after the show too, and I may get a little bit into that until the end of it. But yeah, Smackdown was tonight. Tomorrow night, NXT War Games. I will be there for NXT War Games tomorrow night. Will I be back with a review tomorrow? Maybe late in the night when I get back, or I will just do it the next day on Sunday. But I will be at NXT War Games tomorrow night. Okay, I am going to that show, and then Sunday you have Survivor Series, and Monday Night Raw, all right down here in Chi-Town at the All-State Arena, and this was the first night of it. So what is the thing with the final hype for Smackdown? No, before Survivor Series, for all this whole triple threat war thing goes on between Raw, Smackdown, and NXT. We kicked it off with the Smackdown roster, and backstage pretty much had all the Smackdown shirts on. Corbin and them were trying to talk, but Roman Reigns, Mustafa, and Shorty G, or Mustafa Ali, which I'm sure I'm pissing some people off, but what do I care? Roman Reigns pretty much said that, listen, we know Raw and NXT are coming tonight. We're not gonna act like cowards like Corbin would, but they opened the garage door. We're gonna open the door. We're gonna let them in, and we're gonna whoop everybody's ass tonight. Okay? Sasha then interrupted Corbin and Reigns arguing and says, you know what, the boss waits for no one, and that Smackdown is ready right now. We're going to take care of business, so let's go to the freaking ring. Basically, Team Smackdown came out to Sasha Banks' Snoop Dogg remix song, as her team of Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, Carmella, and Nikki Cross were on the team this Sunday. Sasha got on the mic and said, this is our show. Nobody's going to jump us from behind. NXT, they don't get the guts to come out after we dropped y'all last week and we came in your house Wednesday. We did the same thing. But now Team Raw's in our house tonight, so why don't y'all come out, pretty much telling the Queen to come out or whatnot. Charlotte came out with her team from Monday Night Raw. Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Natalya. I'm sorry, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Natalya, and Sarah Logan. Where has she been? I honestly want to know that. How did she even get on this team? I forgot Sarah Logan was even around. I have not seen Sarah Logan in so freaking long that she forgets she was even there. So, this is the first time seeing Sarah Logan. I think she was on NXT last Wednesday in that brawl, though, if I'm not mistaken. But Sarah Logan, I'm just surprised they even put on the team when she hasn't really been on here. But I guess what other women you got on Raw, I guess. We got to get someone. Charlotte called them the welcome wagon and thanked them for opening the door. So we didn't really have to knock it down. Charlotte and the Raw team climbed up as basically, how about me and you one-on-one one more time, Sasha? Old time steak. Next thing you know, NXT, which finally we know the team NXT for women this Sunday, which basically consists of Team Ripley for tomorrow at War Games, of course, with Ripley, Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, Tegan Nox, and the fifth member, Toni Storm, which is, I'm sure someone brought it up to me tonight, that It's funny that they have Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley on the same team when they had a whole freaking feud for a multiple count of months for the damn NXT UK Women's title. But hey, we're all friends right now. Solidarity, okay? We got to look past some of our feuds and old feuds and stuff. Logic, that's why. But it is nice to have Toni Storm on here, even though it feels random. But hey, she's on the team now. Ripley said we're gonna have how about we do a captain versus captains match. Pretty much the teams brawled with each other then because they started arguing. The match itself, though, it's actually a really good match. I will say that, and I'm sure people are really thinking right now, hey man, what did you see Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, or Rhea Ripley versus Sasha, which could actually be some good ass match, especially got two giant women, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, kicking the shit out of each other. This was a good match though, other than Charlotte and that goddamn moonsault, of course. Kind of ended up bleeding, by the way. I think she busted a lip or something, I think on the upper eyebrow, what it looked like, but she was bleeding out there. I did like the finish of this match, was actually pretty interesting though, because Charlotte put the figure 8 in Sasha Banks. And as figure 8 was in, Rhea Ripley came up from under Charlotte, rolled her up with the pin, while the figure 8 was still in Sasha, pretty much getting the pin on her. So Rhea Ripley able to get the win for NXT right there, of course. But an interesting finish that was actually really enjoyable. Basically, then both Team Raw and Team SmackDown started beating the hell out of each other, and NXT pretty much watched from above. So NXT getting a win tonight. I'm gonna get to NXT getting some wins tonight. I got something to say about that. But she ended up winning the match. Rhea Ripley. Baron Corbin was trying to ruin Ziggler in the back, talking about Reigns' decision to open the doors and stuff, saying like, listen, when they're getting jumped, then we'll step in and do stuff. Basically, Sami Zayn came in with a bag, but Corbin says that, you know, Sami Zayn's the most annoying person you ever met. Zayn says, if you're tough, why don't you do it in the ring? Sami Zayn and Nakamura came out then, but after the commercial, pretty much they went to Bayley in an interview talking about Shayna Baszler, saying that she's always hiding for the shadows. Why don't you come out there and I'll be there tonight? But Sami Zayn and Nakamura were in the ring. Sami Zayn and Corbin wasn't coming out because he's afraid of Nakamura. And that Nakamura is a stud. A bigger stud. But he had something in the bag. A gift for Nakamura. And what do we have? A brand new Intercontinental Championship. I like this belt. This looks like a beautiful looking belt. It looks great. I like the belt. I like the new one. I never had any problem with the old Intercontinental title in general, the white one, but this is a cool looking belt. I'm sure people are going to say it looks like either the NXT title in a way, or a mixture of it. Some people think I'm seeing people on the internet say, well, it's the AEW effect, now they need new belts. Do I think all the championships are going to be changed to new titles? I don't know, possibly, for all I know, but I do like the new Intercontinental title. I think it looks great. Now, hopefully, if they book Nakamura better with it, because I swear the booking of this Intercontinental Championship has not had the best light nowadays in some time. So, hopefully, they get behind this belt if, you know, they'll go somewhere with it. But I like the new Intercontinental Championship. It looks great. Sammy pretty much says that this is the only belt that Nakamura is going to, you know, lose and get, because the white belt, I guess, you know, they very much took the white belt from him. And Zayn said that, you know, as Nakamura, you know, going to beat AJ Styles. He says, do you know Roderick Strong is? He says, no clue. As, you know, he says, Rhetoric. Next thing you know, the Undisputed Era come out, which would have been a bigger pop, but they come out there. Fans chant Undisputed. Sami Zayn and Nakamura left as Adam Cole got on the mic and said that, listen, we're the Undisputed Era. This is the North American champion, Roderick Strong. But before we take business of War Games tomorrow night, we're going to wipe the floor with Raw and Smackdown here. And that is Undisputed. Next thing you know, the New Day come out, Big E and Kofi Kingston. Kofi pretty much says that y'all took off so fast last week, we're going to give y'all a proper goodbye. And he said, how about a match right now? Roderick Strong said that it's 4 of us and 2 of you. Who do you got, huh? Basically, Heavy Machinery came out. And this was a really good tag match. I enjoyed this match a lot. Otis is over. Otis is really over. I ain't expecting to get that big reaction. I knew he was over, but I gotta give it, man. Otis was over in front of this crowd tonight. Now they get to a point where the New Day and Heavy Machinery are arguing, yes, but this was actually a really fun tag match. I enjoyed this a lot. This 8-man tag. I figured who was going to win, though, of course. But, you know, Otis was over doing that Caterpillar move. Red Dragon ended up hitting that total elimination move on Big E and Kofi. Cole came with the super kick on Tucker as Roderick Strong did his big knee on Tucker then. Getting the win. So Undisputed Era picking up the win right here. That's another win for NXT, which I can tell you what's going to happen right now. You can disagree with me what they want, but since this is a go-home show and NXT is looking strong tonight, don't be surprised when they start taking hella L's this Sunday, because I can already see it coming. Oh, Ripley gets a pin. Don't be surprised when Team NXT loses that match. Roderick Strong gets a win. Don't be surprised if he loses that triple threat match, or Red Dragon there loses the match too later. Think about that, folks. Think about it. So expect them to lose. But after the match, Roderick Strong went face to face with Nakamura. AJ Styles came out of nowhere and attacked Nakamura and Roderick Strong. Then Sami Zayn ended up hitting a chair on AJ Styles, but then he started hitting the chair with Roderick Strong. Undisputed Era chased them off. So that was that. But right after commercial, AJ Styles and the OC were out there talking about they were the muddle up in OC, and that, did y'all like that Chicago? They said AJ said that Chicago was a depressing city, and I'm the best thing going in Chicago. Fans chanted CM Punk to what my brother said, that the chants were not really that loud. By the way, even come across on TV, I agree with him. He said he would mop the floor, of course, with him, CM Punk. The OC said we're the original club that matters. AJ pretty much talked about Nakamura and Zayn, and told Roderick Strong to enjoy his 15 minutes of fame for this Sunday because they're going to lose. Daniel Bryan came out to the ring summoning Bray Wyatt. He wanted him out here. And he didn't come out here to do a lecture about the climate or chant yes or anything. Or even play with puppets. He wanted Bray Wyatt out here, right now. And listen, man, it could be fight, but we can have some fun too and everything. So if you want that, come on. Next, the lights came out, and we all thought Wyatt was going to come out there, but it ended up being The Miz. Even Brian was like, "What's worse than the Fiend? It's The Miz. What the hell are you doing out here?" I agree with him wholeheartedly on that. Miz said he tried to be professional last week and he tried to hold back, but Brian disrespected him on the show. Miz said that he can't wait for the Fiend to tear him apart at Survivor Series. He said, he could help. He tried to help Brian out of his flaws when he came to WWE, but Sony had to slap some sense into him. He ended up slapping him then. Pretty much went into a match after the commercial. Wasn't much of a match, really. It ended up with not Bray Wyatt, but Daniel Bryan looked like he was going to do the yes chants. Of course, Bray Wyatt, he comes out. He does that stupid red light move. I need to ask my brother about that. That red light stuff. I don't like that red light. I've said it before. I wonder how it looks like when you see it live. But I'm not the biggest fan of the whole red light thing in general. And what do you expect? He comes out, lights flicker on and off, mandible claw, he laughs crazily, looks into the screen, and then we go to commercial. Are they overexposing Bray Wyatt in a way doing this a lot? In some ways, yes, they are. I will say that. Do I see Miz somewhat getting involved this Sunday during the WWE title match? Because I don't see Bryan winning the belt in general. But could Miz get involved since they had him come out there again? Possibly. I don't know. But could happen. Next thing you know, Shayna Baszler came out then, talking about Bayley, saying, all right, I'm standing right here. Let's go. Bayley ended up attacking her from behind then. But as Bayley tried to attack her, Baszler pretty much kept the upper hand then, starting to put the curve through the clutch in her. Barely pretty much back into the barricade, getting out of it several times, even pushing her into the post then, as Baszler was pissed off, as Bayley pretty much got out of there then. Not much to really say from that segment, on all honesty. There was no Becky fans chanting Becky to come out, but that didn't happen. I've said what I said before about Bayley. I know she's the weak link out of all this, and they made her feel like a third wheel. I still think she's going to win over Sunday just because they made her look like a third wheel. We got to make her somewhat look important, since this whole thing mostly has been about Becky or Baszler out there. Got to get Bayley somewhere, okay? But this was kind of whatever. Six-man tag in the main event. Mustafa Ali, who got a very big pop out there, coming out with the Chicago flag, representing the hometown, of course. Great reaction from him. For Mustafa Ali. Of course, Shorty G comes out, and then Roman Reigns, who's the only one to get pyro, by the way, as they went to commercial then. Like I said, Ali still held up the Chicago flag. Corbin gets his grand entrance then. The match itself was okay for what it was. I will say that, and the heels went over and stuff. Corbin ended up hitting the deep six on Mustafa Ali. Oh, of course, clean. We got to pin people in their hometown and make them look stupid, of course. And then Corbin grabbed his scepter then, was going to hit Mustafa Ali with it, but Reigns ended up spearing Corbin. Next thing you know, Seth Rollins' music hit. Burn it down. And Seth and the roster pretty much showed up from the top of the stands and everything. He had the Vikings Raiders with him, Ricochet, Street Profits, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, the OC. I expect the rest of Team Raw. Where the hell was Orton at or anything? Or some of the other top guys on Monday Night Raw that are involved in this whole thing, huh? Who else is on Raw? McIntyre's out there with him too. So they all pretty much came in. They all had Raw shirts, but Seth told them to hold back then, and Seth got in the ring. Fans chanted CM Punk, which I thought they lowered the volume on TV just because they were so loud. But once again, my brother said the CM Punk chants are not that loud. I think people are 50-50 anyways with CM Punk, quote-unquote, technically being back in WWE, but he's part of Fox and not WWE. So, I can see why some people are indifferent on him, because you hear a lot of CM Punk chants, especially in my neck of the woods of Chicago. But Seth Rollins, of course, got it. If you haven't seen the whole FS1 thing, yeah, he told him to stay off Twitter, and I'm sure everybody right now is, Seth versus CM Punk, it's coming. I wouldn't get my hopes up high that soon, okay? But basically, the Raw, pretty much, him and Reigns went face to face. They brawled. The Raw team started jumping everybody. Next thing you know, Smackdown comes out led by Braun Strowman with his music, with the New Day, the Revival, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party's out there, Rockstar Spud, pretty much anybody on the Smackdown roster coming to help and everything. But the Smackdown started taking the upper hand then, and a bigger brawl happened. Next thing you know, D-Generation X, thinking this is 1998, as Cole said, it's not 1998 anymore. They brought a freaking tank out there, the tank Jeep, which I guess is the same one they used to ride into WCW many years ago, named in 20, led by D-Generation X themselves, with pretty much NXT bringing the NXT NXT Army, because Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg pretty much led the whole crew, the entire NXT roster, pretty much from anyone from even the UK NXT roster people, from Imperium to Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Undisputed Era, I got Donovan Dijak, Punishment Priest, Killian Dane, Pete Dunne, Garza Jr., Shane Strickland, Leo Rush, even guys I don't know out there. I'm trying to name as much as I can, but the entire NXT pretty much crew came through a tank. They came with the music happening. Strowman and them were ready to pretty much brawl. NXT Army starts fighting. Everybody just chaos, brawling everywhere as DX led the charge then. But once again, Keith Lee pretty much wanted to get it. That's why every time they've done these brawls for the past few weeks, Keith Lee is always the freaking man in that ring glass, and you always think he's about to do a dive. But Montez Ford came in, he hit him with a spirit bomb out there, but then everything got real big when the crowd started going crazy for him and Braun Strowman. There was about to be a big brawl. Other people tried to get involved, but as the brawl finally happened, then they went to commercial. More wrestlers got involved, and they pretty much went off the air from that. But my brother did tell me that the brawl ended minutes later. DX ended up beating up Baron Corbin, then doing the finisher fest on him. If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it. I know that was off the air, but that's what I was told, and I have video footage to prove it too. So that did happen after the show. But listen, I'm sure a lot of people have been getting tired of the brawls for the past 3-4 weeks. We've been seeing them all weeks since Monday, even weeks before that too. NXT gets involved. Where's Kevin Owens on the show too? But yeah, NXT brawls invades one show, SmackDown invades one show, Raw invades one show. We didn't see invasion from this week. SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown NXT invading Raw, SmackDown and Raw invading NXT, and now Raw and NXT invading SmackDown and super duper brawl. Of course, the crowd loved it out there because at least NXT brought the whole squad this time. I still think there was people missing from SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, but of course it was a massive, humongous brawl out there. Keith Lee just looks like a freaking monster, always being the last one in the ring and going against any giant guy that comes around him or he hits a big dive. So yeah, that's the end of the show. So like I said, I am looking forward to these shows. I will be at TakeOver tomorrow night, and I will be doing a review with a friend for Survivor Series review like I did before. with the Royal Rumble one. So look forward to that. Okay, we got that coming for you. We got that review. It's gonna happen. It's gonna go down. All right. But overall, I did like SmackDown. I will say that this is the final hype. Of course, you were gonna expect massive brawls to come out, especially in the end of this show in its final 7-8 minutes. So I am not surprised. And I did think the Tank thing DX came out, did look cool. We don't know who the men's team for NXT is yet, but I would not be surprised if Triple H was on that shit to get himself over, because I kept hearing that, and I wouldn't. And you know what? I would not be surprised if it happened. And we still don't know the fourth man in champ, but we'll find out tomorrow night on NXT, and we will see what goes down. So I will be there live tomorrow night. We will come up with a review for that and Survivor Series. So yeah, another way to end this show. So yeah, but other than that, I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about this show. Are you hyped for Survivor Series and NXT War Games in general? What are you looking forward for the most? Because it's a lot of things to look forward in between these shows. But I will be there tomorrow night, okay? So other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I got a lot of business to take care of in the morning. I'm out.